These movies and shows with age gap love stories show us that you can find love even when you're one sneeze away from death. They show that connection can happen at the most unexpected times. So let's get into it. The House of Flowers, a Mexican show with 3 seasons and a follow up movie, a side storyline features a gay couple with a noticeable age gap. Julian and Diego's relationship is less about romance and more about timing. Diego is older, openly gay, and emotionally ready for something real, while Julian is still closeted, trying to maintain his family's perfect image by dating women and denying who he is. Even though they've been involved for years, Julian's inability to fully accept himself keeps hurting Diego, turning their relationship into a cycle of love, frustration, and missed chances. It's messy and realistic, showing how an age gap can highlight the difference between someone who's already lived their truth and someone who's still too afraid to. In A Single Man, George Falconer, a middle aged English professor in 1960s Los Angeles, is struggling to cope with the death of his long term partner and is on the brink of ending his own life. His world shifts when he meets a young student, and unexpectedly, he begins to fall in love. The film explores George's loneliness and the quiet ache of a life constrained by societal expectations, capturing his suppressed grief, desire, and longing for connection. Through George's internal journey, the movie shows how intimacy, longing, and connection can be profound, even in the absence of conventional romance. In Queer, William Lee is a lonely, middle aged man drifting through life in Mexico City, numbing himself with booze. Everything changes when he meets Eugene, a much younger man who stirs feelings William thought he'd buried forever. Their connection is messy, uncertain, and intense. Their connection isn't easy or neat. William wrestles with regret, desire, and the fear that it's too late for him, while Eugene navigates his own questions about identity and love. The result is a slow burning story about two men from different places finding something real in each other. In Sebastian, we follow Max, a 25-year-old aspiring writer in London, who's desperate to write the novel that will define him, that he begins living a secret double life as a sex worker under the name Sebastian, to gather all the first-hand material. At first, his work as an escort is purely transactional and research-driven, but the more he drifts between clients and hotel rooms, the more he confronts not just the complexity of queer desire in the modern world, but his own fears, shame, and longing for connection. Along the way, he meets Nicholas, an older, more cultured man, and their encounters slowly shift from purely business to something deeper and unexpectedly tender. Boulevard, a lonely middle aged bank manager stuck in a life of quiet despair and routine. Married for decades but emotionally dead inside, he drifts through his days until he meets Leo, a young male prostitute who shakes up Nolan's carefully controlled world. Their relationship is tentative, awkward, and deeply tender. Nolan is forced to confront his closeted sexuality, his regrets, and the emptiness he's long ignored. What begins as a simple connection quickly becomes a profound emotional awakening. Endless Summer Syndrome, story about a happy family that quickly turns into something dark. The story follows Delphine, a mother of two adopted children, happily living in a house until she receives a mysterious phone call from a woman claiming her husband is having an affair with one of her children. That single call cracks open everything. The call sets her on a path to uncover the truth, leading her to question her family, her marriage, and the secrets hidden beneath the surface of her everyday life. The film follows her as she navigates these discoveries and their impact on her family. A classic movie I am sure everyone has watched, Call Me by Your Name. 17-year-old Elio is spending a summer in northern Italy when his father's research assistant, the charming and confident Oliver, comes to stay. Over weeks of shared meals, music, and long walks, a deep and tender connection forms between them. The film beautifully captures the intoxicating mix of first love, desire, and longing, highlighting the emotional intensity of an age gap romance. As the summer unfolds, their bond transforms, a relationship that leaves a lasting imprint on Leo's heart, showing how some people and moments can leave a mark for a lifetime. These movies can be messy, complicated, and even toxic at times, but that's part of what makes them feel real. Love isn't always clean or easy, and these stories don't sugarcoat it. They leave us thinking and feeling long after the credits roll, reminding us that desire and heartbreak are all tangled together, and sometimes that's exactly what makes love unforgettable. Comment below which one is your favorite or which of these movies is next on your watch list. And I'll see you in the next video.